So the first thing is Rama's approach to correcting a person. You cannot always be cut and dry with things, right? People are not understanding. That's the real world. Life isn't as easy as it seems. You have to teach people lessons in a way that it doesn't boost their ego or incite anger more, but it should be in a way where they realize their mistakes on their own and they correct themselves. So we see Rama's approach in correcting a person. The second thing, we learned that the people that we keep around us should be dharmic people and good people, and because of that we should be receptive to the words of these people. The biggest reason for Ravana's downfall is because he kept most of his people in his advisory group as not really great people, which is probably the biggest reason for his downfall. So people that we keep around us should be good people and dharmic people. And third thing, the main point of this is Virodha Bhava and all these bhavas. The intention is for upliftment, right? Spiritual upliftment. And so Virodha Bhava, though may not suit us as people, in retrospect, when you look at other people and the way their lives have happened, for example, Ravana, or you could take Kamsa for a great example, we can see how Virodha Bhava, in a way, due to their own constant smarana, the constant recollection of the actions they have done and the things that they're looking at these, we realize that Virodha Bhava is another approach, it's another sadhana. And though Virodha Bhava is not approachable by most people, people don't go through this stream, obviously. Most itihasas talk through this stream because always an understanding of learning is required by itihasas. When we read an itihasa, we expect to learn something, right? We take any grantham, anything that we learn, anything that we read, we expect to learn something from it. And Virodha Bhava, which is the process of looking at an enemy and a good person, a protagonist and an antagonist in a war, and righteousness wins, right? This aspect is always the best for teaching people values. So, talking about Ravana, we see one thing, infatuation here, which is pretty similar to addiction, right? In the sense that in Bhagavad Gita, we have the shlokam, Dhyayado Vishayan Pumsaha Sangasteshu Upajayate, Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha, Kamat Krodho Bijayate, Krodhat Bhavati Sammohaha, Sammohat Smriti Bibhramaha, Smriti Bhramshat Buddhinashaha, Buddhinashat Pranashyati. We can literally see the whole course of this happening throughout Ramayana, right? We see first Ravana hears about Sita's existence, then he gets infatuated towards Sita. He abducts Sita. Then when he realizes that he's losing the war to keep Sita, he gets angry. And at that point, he completely loses his posture, his mental situation. And finally, he completely loses everything. So we realize that whenever we take an action, we should think twice before we do it. We should look at it a perspective of whether this is something which is sustaining in the purview of Dharma, in the purview of righteousness. So are we sticking to a path which, in simple terms, things which our Periva have advised us in, and things which will lead us to a happier life, right? And when it comes to giving opportunities, I've only spoken about Rama giving opportunities to Ravana. Sita also does give opportunities. She says, Tena maitri bhavatite yedi jivitam ichchasi. We see that even though Rama and Sita are separated here, their intent is the same. They want Ravana to change. They want Ravana to become a good person. So the people that we look up to should be people who truly wish for our well-being. In this case, it is Virodha Bhava, but in real life also, anyone that we keep within our circle, anyone that we look up to, they should be the kind of people who are interested in our upliftment and our happiness and our growth. So, about Ravana, that's pretty much it to speak about Ravana. There's lots of things. Ravana's a deep character, but the important things, the events that changed Ravana's life and the events that we can learn from in Ramayana, I've covered pretty much now. Sitaram.